Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Planescape Torment. Alright, so despite what the map says, that we should be able to walk through here, and that we should be able to walk through here, we cannot. It does not appear that we can actually get back into this area at all. So... oh well. I guess we'll just head through this door now. There's not much here in this, on this map at all. I mean, a hammer if we wanted it. What's up, Anna?
This is the place. I found ya lying right where we stand.
Well, what? You stare in awe at the bizarre spectacle before you. What had appeared to be an ordinary, unremarkable bricked wall now throbs and pulsates with movement. The wall expands with curious elasticity, heaving outward as if some unseen force were trying to push its way through the barrier from the other side. Slowly, the undulating mass begins to settle, its curves becoming more and more pronounced, and you find yourself at eye level with the stony caricature of a human face. What is that?
I dinna know.
Anna stares at the face in disbelief, her hands nervously fingering her daggers.
But I'm for leaving before we find out, aye?
Not just yet. There is something. Suddenly, a strong breeze begins to blow around you, and the air is filled with an eerie sighing. The rushing wind grows stronger, and you can make out other sounds as well. The creaking of boards, the rustling of leaves, and the grinding of stone upon stone. After a few moments, the clamor ceases to be a cacophony of individual voices and begins to blend into one articulate sound. You can make out a voice that speaks softly, yet seems to come from all around you at once. You? It cannot be you. Greetings! I love saying greetings to everything. It's like I'm an awakened empire that someone's declaring war on. The wind around you has stopped, but the voice is still somehow present. You are restored again? I saw you destroyed. Destroyed where? I saw you destroyed here, in front of me. I see all within me. Do you know what happened to me? Things that cast no shadow, were shadow. They rose around you, tore you down. Do you not remember? You concentrate on the strange voice composed of sounds around you. Somewhere in the deepest recesses of your mind, there is a brief glimmer of recollection. You feel as though there is something vaguely familiar about the sounds. Close your eyes and try to remember. Oh. Hi there! Ow. 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 Don't pick my pockets. Yes, you remember. The voice of the alley rings in your ears, scattering the images from your mind and returning you back to the present. Destroyed, as soon I shall be. I cannot delay division much longer. Pressure builds, soon stones will crumble, and the floating ones will repair me to destruction. Okay, clearly we know what the floating ones are. They're Davises. You're dying? Pressure is too much, too many places folded inside, not enough space, must divide. Divide?
It must be the way.
What are you talking about?
I think it's pregnant.
Oh. Freaky. So where are we technically standing right now? I really don't want to know the answer to that, Mort. The voice continues. Help me to divide, branch out, expand. New apertures will open. You may use them to travel to the lower ward. What do you need to divide? The floating one is upon me, repairing it. Prevents me from dividing. I undo its repairs, but it returns again and again, repairs anew. Must remove floating one. You want me to kill the Davis in the alley? Remove it. Only then can I divide. Very well. I'll remove the Davis.
Updated my journal.
Oh. Well, this is going to be interesting. Well, hello. Nope. Oh, come on. You put containers in, you don't put anything in them? Rude. As you approach the stone face, the various ambient sounds of the alley once again assault your ears, and through them the voice speaks. You have returned. The Dabas still remains. I can't seem to get rid of him, even though I haven't tried.
It must be removed. There must be a way. Make it depart. Time is short. Must divide soon or be destroyed.
Don't worry, I'll think of something. Farewell. Okay. This is an awfully small map screen, but... Okay, so, well, we can,
All right.
try that thing again. See if there's anything that we can do. Nope. 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 Let's check out over here first. See if there's something we can do. Nope. Alright, let's talk to the Dabas. You see a Dabas. It is dressed in long flowing robes and is floating slightly above the ground. Greetings! It turns to face you, and a series of symbols appear around its head.
I must attend to my duties. No time to speak.
I understand. I just thought you should know that I discovered the body of a Dabas in this alley. The Dabas cocks its head slightly to one side. A number of symbols stream above its head, most of which indicate surprise and distress rather than words.
Dead? Where?
Truth, it lies in the abandoned building not far from here. It looks as though it got trapped inside somehow. The Dabas stares at you briefly, then bows slightly and floats off in the direction of the abandoned building. Okay. So is that going to count? And the door closed. Well, that might count. I guess we'll go find out. Come along, Anna. Oh, apparently I was the one staying really far back as well, so... As you approach the stone face, the various ambient sounds... Yes, I spoke with the Dabas. I told him about his dead brethren, and he left to investigate.
Updated my journal.
Ooh, wow. 11,500.
Yes, the floating one no longer repairs. It is now with the other. I have closed myself around it. It remains inside me forever.
I see. Now that it is trapped, can you divide without interference? You can divide without interference, right?
Still cannot divide. Too weak. Cannot undo floating one's repairs. Its changes must be reversed before I can divide. You must undo the floating one's repairs for me.
You want me to undo the Dabas' changes? How?
Seek out the parts of me the floating one has changed. Reverse the changes. Undo the repairs. Must be exact, precise. Only then can I divide.
I'm gonna need that hammer, aren't I? Very well. I'll find and reverse the repairs for you. I'll probably need some tools. A hammer and a pry bar should do the
In
trick.
knowing my journal.
Teachings of Zerthamon, I have become stronger.
Okay. I guess I should have picked up that hammer when I saw it. Yep. Mage level going up. Sounds good. 2 hit points. And I think you can get another one of those. Let's go for that. That's always good. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to get find some spells for him to learn. So, can I go back in here?
All right.
That's gonna be the question. So they do give you a pry bar fairly recently, though, so that's not bad. This door is locked. Alrighty. Is there a hammer in here that I can get? Well, I suppose as long as I am here, I can fix this one. Examine the structure. It appears as though the Dabas was attempting to tear down this ancient structure. Several boards are loose upon the building's frame, and their nails nearly pried all the way out. Use the hammer to nail the boards back into place. Oh, I do have a hammer? You hammer the boards neatly back into place. Taking a step back to examine your handiwork, you notice that, strangely enough, the building no longer appears quite as old as it did at first glance. Who has the hammer? Oh. You do. Well, that's awfully convenient of me. I did not realize that I had that. Oh, maybe that's what'll happen is that things will open up once this divides, or whatever. Examine the structure more closely. Use the pry bar to loosen the boards. One by one, you pry loose the fresh boards from the face of the building. As the last board comes free, the building emits a loud groan as its weight shifts unsteadily upon its now unsupported frame. So now can I get up there? No. Okay. Fair enough.
I'm gone.
I've reversed the repairs as you have asked.
Yes, all is in order. I am grateful.
Again, the wind begins to blow around you, and this time with fierce intensity. The omnipresent sounds of the alley begin to increase in volume until the soft murmur of the voice is nearly drowned out by the ensuing racket.
Now you must go. Division begins. The way is now open for you.
Updated my journal.
Wow, 16,000 experience points. The stone face before you begins to transform once again, its mass shifting and roiling as you look on. The entire wall seems to melt before your eyes, exposing a narrow passageway beyond. The ground underfoot suddenly begins to rock violently, and the soft sign of the wind intensifies to a more urgent, almost human-like moaning. You can hear the sounds of crashing stones and snapping boards all around you as you dash into the passageway.
Updated my journal.
Okay. Let's go ahead and leave then. Dibs on one of those new houses.
Ooh, looks like my skills have increased.
Sounds good. It sounds like I forgot to start my timer. You there, sir. You look like you might be interested in some fine clothes. Mort, where are you going?
Is this the one? It's a skull, ain't it? That's what he wants. Grab it.
No, no! Mort has my stuff. Hey, let go. Help me. What? Oh my god.
All right.
Can I grab all this stuff?
I hear your words.
Not sure if I can grab all this stuff.
Ready.
Shoot. Alright, you got a bracelet. What is that? That is a hand. I can definitely grab more things with that.
I will hear you.
Okay, well, I got Mort's stuff at least. So there's a Vortin, Sebastian, Corur, Lower Ward Thug, Uninjured Were-Rats.
Your path is mine.
Nope. You come back here. Come back here.
Done.
What the hell? Where'd they go? God damn it. You stole my skull. That's rude. Alright, let me take a quick check. Okay. Still plenty of time left in the episode. Let me go ahead and set my timer. There we go. Alright. Let's see. Guilt Spur. Alright, so where did they go off with my skull? Damn it. These bastards. And he gained a level too. That's so rude. Well, let's go in here before we talk to people and stuff like that. Go in. Thank you. Marketplace.
All right.
There might be people we can talk to and sell stuff to. Well. Greetings. You see a large, blustery merchant. He looks at you. He looks to be totally hairless, and his pale yellow skin is scarred as if from burns. He looks at you intently as you approach. He smiles at you. Greetings, I'm Cinder. I heard about you. You be the scarred, clueless fellow that be going around here, around the wards, asking questions. What can I be helping you with? You look like you have a few scars yourself. He frowns and begins to laugh. Aye, that I do. A few years back, I had me a kip set up in the hive. Some balmy mage decided to burn the ward right out of Sigil. Almost took me with it. Sick for a month I was. A month? That's not all that long. He nods and gets a faraway look for a moment. Aye, it could have been worse. Local mage healed me. Mage? Fix the scars and all. Could have grown my hair back, but I kind of like the look. Do you think the mage could help me with my scars? He looks you over and then shrugs. I don't see why not. Your scars don't look that bad. He looks at you closely. Aye, now who's to say? You should talk to him yourself. Name's Sebastian. And he sets up his kip over by the foundry. I may do that. I have some other questions for you. I'd be pleased to answer your question. He narrows his eyes and gives you a sly smile. About the shop and the wares you see here, that is. I'm not no tout. I'm not. I had a skull, and it's been stolen from me. Do you know anyone who would do such a thing? He frowns. A skull? You mean a skull? No, I'm joking with you. Yes, a skull. He gives you a confused look. I can't see any reason for you to have a skull, let alone why some Burke would steal it from you. I see. Some other questions? I need to buy some weapons. He gestures around the market. You be wanting ends then. His kip's over by the furnace. Some other questions. I need to buy some magic items. He gestures across the market. You be wanting Alec then. He sets up his kip by the far end over by the furnace. Okay. I'm interested in spells. He smiles. I think I can help you. Let me show you my wares. Alright. So you have Chromatic Orb, Armor, Magic Missile, Blindness, Ice Knife, Strength, Knock, Blur, Cone of Cold, Ball Lightning. Cloak of Warding. Is Ball Lightning a 3rd level? Yep. Cloak of Warding, that's got to be 3rd level as well. Yep. Let's see. Shield effect similar to the shield spell. It absorbs 3 to 12 points of damage plus 1 point per level of the caster. Once it has absorbed this amount of damage, it shatters or powers down. The spell will also expire after 5 seconds per level of the caster. Elysium's Tears, Hold Undead, Tasha's Unbearable Derisive Laughter. Why not Tasha's Uncontrollable Hideous Laughter? Or, even better, Macho's Uncontrollable Hideous Belching. What man does not feel their body fill with burning shame when mocked by a woman? Fill the ears of your enemies with that derisive scorn of a woman's laughter. Seriously? Seriously. Really? Their bodies shall become clumsy and foolish, easily struck, and confidence shall be leached from their muscles, weakening their blows. All male living creatures with an intelligence greater than 4 and a range, blah, 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 blah. Minus 2 to attack, AC, and damage rolls. Really? Okay. Confusion, Force Missiles. Okay. Improved strength, these are 4th level, so. You willing to buy anything that I have? No. Okay. Laszlo. You see a young boy with pale yellow skin. His clothes are dirty and in need of mending. Currently, he is tending a furnace. Greetings! He turns and gives you a half smile and sets down his work. Hail, do you need some help? Yes, I have some questions. Aye, I'd be pleased to help you if I could. The boy looks grateful not to be toiling over the furnace. What can I answer for you? Let's see. I'm missing a skull. Know anyone who'd want something like that? He becomes rather excited.
Missing a skull, are you? I'll bet I know what happened to it. In the ward is a fella, a major priest I hear tell, who collects heads and puts them on his shelves like books. They're dead, but his magics are such that he can make them answer questions for him, even though they're in the dead book.
Where can I find this person?
Not sure, really. I heard tell he's got his kip in one of the ruined buildings around here, but I've never been there.
He snaps his fingers.
Others might know, though. Might ask Sebastian about it.
Okay, I already know where I can find him. What is this place?
This place?
He glances around.
It's the open-air market.
It's not exactly open air.
A lot of buyers and sellers come here to set up their kip for the day. I've been here for a good time. I've been working here for a while under the eye of me dad.
He looks a little distant.
One day I could be running this stall, I could.
What is it that you do here? He points proudly at the furnace.
The furnace, it's used to...
He shrugs his shoulders.
I don't know what it's used for, but my dad says it's important to keep it stoked and burning right.
He wipes the sweat from his brow and glances about. Is your father one of the merchants here? He nods.
Ans is his name. That's my dad's stall over there.
He gestures at a stall to the right of the furnace.
If you don't have what you need, he might be able to point you to it.
What kind of goods are available? He thinks for a bit.
There's many things to be had. Food, drink, magic, weapons. Are you looking to buy some supplies, maybe?
No, I had some other questions. Can you tell me about this ward? He nods.
Oh, aye, this here's the lower ward. Common folk live here, like me and me da.
His eyes widen a bit and he looks excited.
Do you know why it's called the lower ward?
No. Why is it called the lower ward?
Well, as it's reckoned, the ward's got a mess of portals to the lower planes and all riddled through it like cheese. So it does, so I suppose that's why the name stuck.
He smiles proudly. Why are there so many lower plane portals here? He shrugs.
It's a mystery to me as it is to you, Cutter. Not sure if there's a reason for the portals as much as just circumstances. Could be the lady's will. Could just be chance, I suppose.
Do any creatures ever come out of these portals? His eyes grow a little wider.
Aye, they do. Most of them just stopping through.
He swallows nervously and looks worried. You look nervous. You've seen this yourself?
Aye, I've seen it.
He pauses and swallows again.
It was just last week or so. I saw a couple of Abishai come through a portal. They talked a good bit, and then one of them went back through. The one that stayed is still here.
He frowns. What were they talking about?
I don't know for sure. To me, it was just hissing and such. But I think they was talking about the tower.
Updated my journal.
Aye, that's one of the strangest sights in the ward. No one really knows how long that scarred old tower has been here. You can't get into it, you know. Bolted up tighter than a chastity belt. I'd be curious to know what's in there.
He frowns for a moment.
The Abishai was just gesturing at the tower in the portal. It was looking for the key, I bet.
What key?
The key to the portal that leads to the tower. Every portal has a key that opens it to somewhere. The key can be a gesture, an item, or even a thought. Many have tried hard to get into the tower. No matter how hard you try, you fail.
Maybe the secret to getting in is to not want to get in.
Updated my journal.
He shrugs.
I don't know, Cutter. Maybe.
Tell me where this portal is located.
My journal.
He stops and thinks for a moment.
There's a drawbridge. Drawbridge-like contraption back of the tower east of the market. That's where it is.
He gets a faraway look. I have some questions. I don't think we need him to tell me about the city of Sigil. Why does everyone seem to have yellow skin around here?
It's the sickness, it is, caused by the bad air. What with the smoke and all and the factory smogs, it can get pretty hard to breathe easily around here.
He shrugs.
Some days it's not good to be out when the smogs linger too long. They can scald your eyes right out of the skull, so it's said.
Can't something be done about it?
I don't know. At times winds come from the spire and blow the city clear of the smog, but that's not as often as would be liked.
He blinks, glances around, then shrugs.
Ladies will, I guess. Don't make much sense, but then little does if you look at it long enough.
Is there anything worth seeing around here?
Not much to see. The Great Foundry's impressive, though. You might check that out. Home of the Believers, you know.
He stops to think.
Most of the more amazing sights are in some of the upper wards. It might be better to look around there. I hear there's a brothel there at the fest hall, and some other places that are more interesting. I don't know for sure. I've been here all my life.
Tell me about the foundry.
Center of the ward, pretty much. An impressive structure, to be sure. You can't miss it. Just head north. You'll know it by the big gates.
He marks it on your map. Tell me about the Believers.
They've got a bunch of names. Believers, Godsmen, Believers of the Source. We mostly just call them Godsmen. They've had their kip in the Great Foundry, and they seem to get by pretty well. They're a pleasant bunch. They believe that everybody can be great, just as great as the powers even, if you just strive to reach it. It might mean you have to start life over a bunch of times, but you'll eventually get there after a time.
So they're another faction here. What faction are you?
He smiles. Oh, me and me dad are indepts. We're a faction that's not really a faction. We're a faction that believes that people are free to do as they will. We're a pretty loose bunch, and we don't take too kindly to making or obeying other factions.
What is the purpose of all these factions?
He glances at you. The factions are them that govern most of Sigil and the day-to-day business. There's a bunch. There's the dead, the dustmen, that take care of all the dead bodies on the streets, and then there's the governors that make the laws and the sensates. There's a number of factions. Here in the lower ward, we mostly deal with the Believers, the Godsmen. He nods in the distance. They have their kip up in the Great Foundry, and they're a pleasant enough bunch.
Alright, well, what can you tell me about these other factions? I thought that was just going to be circling back around.
He shrugs. Nothing, really. I never cared being an in-dep and all. Faction houses have plenty of people who'll give you the chant. Go ask them.
I must be going. Alright, let's go talk to Ann's here. Okay, I wasn't expecting that I'd have to go around into the into his shop, so to speak. You see an older, stern-looking man. His face is a mixture of wrinkles and frown lines. Greetings! He gives you a quick, stiff bow.
Aye, greeting to you as well. Ann's is my name. What you be needing?
I have some questions. He gives you a toothless grin.
I reckon I got some time to give you the chant. What you be needing to know?
I had a skull that's been stolen from me. Do you know anyone who would do such a thing? He tries to look concerned, but fails miserably.
Sorry to hear that, Cutter. If you think it were stolen, you should tell the Harmonium.
The Harmonium?
He smiles. The law, Cutter. The Harmonium bashers are the law here in Sigil. If your property is missing, then you should tell them.
Do you think the Harmonium can recover the skull? He starts to say something and stops to think. After a moment, he chuckles.
Nay, Cutter. I'd be guessing not. Never mind.
I see. I had some other questions. What's the furnace used for? He glances at the furnace and lowers his voice.
The furnace does nothing other than teach me lazy boy responsibility. That boy is always yapping and talking and such. Reckons himself a scholar. Don't know the value of real work. If you have serious questions, well, he may be better to ask than me.
Alright, I have some more questions. I need to buy some weapons. Okay, well, you won't buy any of my rings, unfortunately. Okay, the battle axes are worthless. I'll remember that. Bone dagger. I got a bunch of these, so I'll sell that. Not going to sell the Tome of Bone and Ash. I decided to keep it with... Oh, you know what? She can have those in her quick item slot. Sell that. Okay. Do you have anything good? Club of Piercing. 1-6 crushing, 1-6 piercing. Does that mean that it deals 2d6 damage? Huh. And deals +3 damage, too. Spiked Knuckles. Siphon Knuckles. Transfers hit points from the target to the wielder. Interesting. Well, I mean, I don't know who would be able to use the Club of Piercing, but the Siphon Knuckles sound interesting, but I don't know that Anna can use them. Let's see. Nope, she can't use them. Pardon me. She could use the magic punch daggers, but we're not gonna do that. Let's see. Alec? You see an older man with long white hair and weathered yellow skin. He stands tall despite his obvious age. He smiles and gives you a slight bow. Greetings! I'm interested in what you have for sale. Okay, so you've got a bunch of stuff. So that's good. Magus Shield. Armor class 4. That's actually pretty good. Spider Bracelet. Plus 25 resistance to all normal attacks. Plus 10 to base hit points. Minus 1 to intelligence and wisdom. Usable only by thieves. Tempting. Immune to poison, 33 resistance. 33% resistance to magic. Holy cow. Displacer ring, plus 2 to armor class. Well, some decent stuff there. They won't buy any of my rings, though. Very disappointing. They'll buy bandages. Oh, alright. Let's see. Those go up there. Alright, so those are all the people that we can actually talk to in here, it looks like. Oh no, there's a Karina here. There's Corvus. And we could talk to that guy some more. I think we'll go ahead and call this an episode here. When we come back, we'll talk to this guy some more, see if he has anything else to say. There's also Drixel. We'll talk to him. And then we will take a look at these, see if we get into trouble for looking at them. See you next time, everyone.